All right, today we are going to be doing Chapter 7, Section 2. Some things that you're going to learn today are multiplying binomials. Remember, that means two terms. Multiply using the FOIL method. It's a very popular method. And last thing that you'll be able to do at the end of this lesson is multiply binomials and trinomials. So let's go ahead and look at our first example. So on that one, we want to multiply x plus 2 and x plus 5. So there's two different ways that we can do this. We can use the horizontal method, which we're going to do first, where you're taking x and you're multiplying it times that x plus 5. And then you take the second term, 2, and multiply it by x plus 5. So you're taking each term and multiplying it. So, and you can kind of see that color-coded. You might even need to pause right now and kind of let your brain wrap around it. Then you're going to distribute x times x times 5. You'll notice that there's a 5x and a 2x. Those are like terms. We can put those together, and you're going to get x squared plus 7x plus 10. So that is our final answer. There's a second method, the vertical method, where you line them up vertically, and you're going to take that -4 and you're going to multiply. -4 times 3 gives you -12. -4 times x gives you -4x. And then you're going to take your other term, that x, and multiply. Combine your like terms. And if you notice, we lined up our like terms right there. And the product is x squared minus x minus 12. I'll be honest, I like the horizontal method a little bit better. And a lot of times I'll even just draw arrows. So let's go ahead and look at that other example right here. Let's make that a little larger so you can see it. Why don't you guys hit pause, try these two on your own, and then see how you did. Should have gotten x squared plus 10x plus 16 and x squared minus 4x minus 5. All right, let's go on to our example 2, multiplying using a table. A lot of times I call this the box method. So on this one, we have 2x minus 3 times x plus 5. And what we're going to do is, I kind of ignore that first step. I usually go straight to the box right here. 2x minus 3. And all they did was they made sure that minus sign goes with the 3. And I do that in the box right there. So 2x minus 3, that's my first binomial. X plus 5, that's my second one. And then you just multiply. 2x times x gives you 2x squared. 2x times -3, -3x, 10x, and that should be -15. You're going to want to combine your like terms, which in this case, I usually just even circle them. 10x and -3x is going to give you 7x. So your final product is 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. Go ahead and look at this example right here. We have, oops, I did not mean to show the answer, 2x plus 3, x minus 3. So if I were going to go ahead and do that, I would do 2x. And then I draw my little box, -3. And here, I look at my other polynomial, or other binomial, which is x minus 3. multiply, and I get 2x squared negative 3x. 2x and negative 3 is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3. Whoops. Did I make a mistake when I wrote this down? Yes, I did. That should have been 2x plus 3. So, those happen. We just come back, and we're going to change some of our signs. That's still going to be 2x squared. I'm going to go ahead and erase this one and that one. We want to really make sure that we get our signs right. As you see there, it's really easy to make a mistake with your signs. X times 3 is positive 3x. That's still going to be negative 6x. And negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. So right here is where our like terms are. So we're going to have 2x squared and combine those, and you get negative 3x, and you're going to have negative 9. I know I've already clicked on that a couple times, but there is your final answer. What I would suggest you do is hit pause for a second. Try these 4 on your own. When you are ready, check your answers. I'm sorry if you hear a husky in the background. Let's look at example number 3, where we want to find each product there. We're going to use the FOIL method, which is probably the most popular method there is. I'm going to hit pause for a second and take care of this. All right, as I was saying, the FOIL method, you're going to hear that a lot, especially the rest of this unit and in Algebra 2. First, outer, inner, last. That spells FOIL if you take the first letter of it. So you're taking that first term times the first term, x times x. You're taking the outer terms. So that's on the outside, and that's on the outside. So x times negative 6. You take the inner terms. Those are the 2 terms that are on the inside. Negative 3 times x, and then the last of each factor, negative 3 and negative 6. Then you want to combine your like terms, and you get x squared minus 9x plus 18. A lot of times I will write arrows when I do this. So let's make sure I write the right problem this time. So we've got 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 5. And this helps if you're kind of a visual person like myself, where you like to see it. Your first is 2x and 3x, and that's going to give me 6x squared. Then your outer terms, they're on the outside, is 2x and negative 5. That's going to give me negative 10x. My inside terms is 1 times 3x, and that's going to give me positive 3x. And the last term of each factor, negative 1 or positive 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. You want to combine your like terms, and you're going to get 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. So when I talked about doing arrows, that's what I was talking about. So you can kind of see the thought process right there. And 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. So right here are 4 problems. Why don't you hit pause, try them on your own. And I don't think I mentioned this before. If you want to see them actually worked out, they're in the extra videos that are in the document that your teacher shared with you. So hit pause, try these, and see how you do. I think number 8 was a little bit tricky because you had to remember that n times n squared gives you n cubed, and there weren't any like numbers to, or like terms to combine. And number 7, if you're a little iffy on your fractions, remember it's numerator times numerator over denominator times denominator, and use a calculator if you need to. All right, let's go on to example 4. Multiplying a binomial and a trinomial. So on this one, we have x plus 5 times x squared minus 3x minus 2. And there's actually a couple ways that you could do this. And I'm going to, I think, show you not the way that they're doing, but kind of a different way. And I think, actually, I'll show you 2 different ways. And I think it's better than doing it vertically. You can do it with the box method or with the arrows. So there's our problem. Just took me a little bit to get it copied there. Shouldn't have taken that long, I'm sorry. So the first method that we could do is you could do x times x squared and get x cubed. X times negative 3x and get negative 3x squared, and x times negative 2 and get negative 2x. And then you have to do the same thing with that 5. That's going to give you 5x squared minus 15x and that'll give you minus 10. You want to combine your like terms. 3x squared, negative 3x squared, and 5x squared. It's going to give you 2x squared. So I'm going to have x cubed plus 2x squared. Be careful of your signs. It's really easy to make a mistake with your signs. Negative 3 and 5 is positive 2. And then negative 2x and negative 15x is negative 17x. And that is your final answer right there. The other method, and I'm going to just probably do the setup on this because you would get the same answer either way, is doing it with the box method. You set up x, and then you have your positive 5. And then here, I've got x squared, negative 3x, and negative 2. And I would be a lot neater if I wasn't drawing with a mouse. That's going to give you the x cubed, 5x squared. That's going to give me negative 3x squared, negative 15x, negative 2x, and negative 10. And again, you can combine your like terms. All right. So what I would suggest you do is hit pause, try this one on your own, see how you do. I'm going to click the correct answer in just a second. If you need to see it worked out, this should be one of the extra videos at the end of the document that your teacher shared with you. All right, let's actually do a word problem. So in hockey, a goalie behind the goal line can only play a puck in the trapezoidal region. We want to write a polynomial that represents the area of the trapezoidal region and find the area of the trapezoidal region when the shorter base is 18 feet. So they've kind of taken this area right here and blown it up. That's x plus 10. And the height is x minus 7. And the shorter length here is x. Well, I think the trick on this one is just remembering what the formula is for area of a trapezoid. 1/2 h base 1 plus base 2. So base 1 is x, base 2 is x plus 10. I have to combine those, and that's where that 2x plus 10 comes from. Let's go ahead and FOIL x minus 7 and 2x plus 10. And then we're going to combine our like terms. Now we need to distribute that 1/2, and you get x squared minus 2x minus 35. So that would be the area for part A. Now, that would be the function for part A. Now they want us to actually find the area if x is 18. So this is just calculator work. Plug it in. I would definitely use a calculator for that, and you get 253. So 253 square feet. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. Hopefully that helped you out some. Again, there are extra examples at the end of the document that your teacher shared with you. Also, there is a PDF of the book, Get on Big Ideas Math, and try your assignment. It'll tell you right then or there if you're right or wrong. If you're having trouble, don't hesitate to contact your teacher. Thank you.